Hello, hello. So what I'm doing here is addressing spam comments on a WordPress site. This particular site has almost 400 spam comments. And when it first came to me, it had over 800. So over time, I've been whittling down these comments, deleting them. This website was transferred over to my hosting, which is gillenwaterhosting.com, and this anti-spam plugin was in there, but it's not doing any good. Obviously, the spam is still coming. The client's email is getting just totally inundated. So I am going to install Antispam B. That is my go-to for stopping spam, and I'm just going to show you what that plugin is and how simple it is to set up. So to get started, we will go up here to Add New. I'll go here, and you can actually see there are some of the plugins that I use. And it's actually right down here. So I'm going to click install now, but before I do that, it says untested with your version of WordPress. Now, I know that it is going to work with this website, but that's just because I know. If you encounter that with a plugin, it might or might not work. So you always want to make sure that your website is backed up. If your current host has a backup option with your plan, that's great. If they don't, you have programs like Updraft that you can get that will help you with your backup. It's just a plugin that you add new, search Updraft, or any other plugin that you know that you might like that will back up your website. Always, always, always go to your tools and export your files to back up your website files. That will actually give you the material that is in your database when you do that. So it won't back up your theme, but it will give you your post pages, even these pesky comments that had transferred over with the file from this website when it was transferred from GoDaddy to Gillen Water Hosting. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and install now because this website is already backed up through the hosting, and I already have the files downloaded from the export. So I'm going to activate. Then you will find it under Settings, Anti-Spam B. And I usually stick with the defaults. There are a couple more things here that I'm going to check, but just look at the default settings. To trust approved commenters. You can set it to trust commenters with a gravatar, but not everyone does. So that's really up to your discretion. Considering comment time, that is not recommended when using page caching, which this website does use. I've got BBC code is spam checked. Validate the IP address of commenters is checked. Use regular expressions, which is predefined and custom patterns by plugin hook. That's a very technical thing. I leave that checked. Look in the local spam database. It's checked. You can set it to block comments from specific countries or to only allow comments in a certain language, which I don't usually check that unless I absolutely have to for a client. On the anti-spam tools, you can mark as spam but don't delete. Now that can be useful if you want to review the spam comments, because once in a while a non-spam comment might get marked as spam and you want to keep that comment. It's important to know that your comments, the comments that your website receives, are important for your SEO. If you're getting a lot of spam, that can hurt your SEO, and that's the reason why we have to stop that with this website, is because it hurts her SEO. So we want to be very diligent with this, and as a result, I'm going to go over here and click Generate Statistics as a dashboard widget, and spam counter on the dashboard, because I want to see what kind of what's happening with these spam comments. I want to see how many times it's getting hit, and I want to see the statistics. So you have other options over here under advanced spam notification by email. If you get hit with a lot of spam like this website has, that's not something you want. So you can log into the WordPress dashboard to see your spam. And that's one of the reasons why I like to check these here, to see the statistics and then to go into the comments and see what they are. So you can set it to delete the spam after so many days. And of course, I like to keep delete anti-spam B data when uninstalling. That's if you decide you don't want to use it anymore. I do not check this one. Do not check trackbacks, pingbacks. I like those to be checked. Comment form used outside of post. Check for comment forms on archive pages. We don't have any in this case, so I'm not going to worry about checking that right now. So I'm going to save the changes. And then just because I'm going to go back to the plugins page, that one plugin that we had there is not working for us very well, so I'm going to deactivate, but I found a better plugin. Antispam B is a good plugin. Of course, there are others out there, but I like this one. We're going to keep that anonymous. Okay, so now that that is deactivated, we can delete it. And Antispam B is going to be our spam catcher. And then, of course, we will go in here and continue deleting these spam comments. Of course, some of these look very legitimate. Although they may not be. So that's just something to keep an eye on. But anyway, if you have any questions about Antispam B or website spam, just leave it in the comments and I will answer. Or if you would like for me to make a video on something that you want to know how to do, just let me know again in the comments and I will make that for you. Thank you so much, guys. See you later.